When it comes to the automotive industry, BYD, Build Your Dreams, is certainly a company to watch. Based in China, BYD has grown rapidly in recent years to become a major player in electric vehicles, EVs. In fact, BYD is now the world's second-largest EV maker after Tesla, having delivered over 670,000 electric vehicles in 2021. The cumulative number of BYD plug-in electric cars is now more than 3.9 million units. BYD's 12-month sales already exceeded 2.35 million units. The company might soon exceed 250,000 sales per month. The company aims to sell more than 3 million units in 2023. So could BYD have what it takes to become the top global auto company in the coming years? There are several factors that suggest they have a decent shot. First and foremost, BYD is benefiting enormously from China's massive push into electric vehicles. With the world's largest automobile market, China is aggressively promoting EVs through incentives for manufacturers and consumers. This has allowed BYD to scale up incredibly fast. Just 7 years ago in 2016, BYD sold a mere 60,000 EVs. By 2021, they increased EV sales over 10 times to 670,000 units, and for 2023, they are targeting 3 million. With the full backing of the Chinese government, BYD is likely to continue growing at breakneck speed. Their target was to be selling 1.5 million EVs per year by 2025, but they've already busted that target. To put that into perspective, it took Tesla 17 years from its founding to deliver over 1 million cars cumulatively. BYD has hit that production rate in just a few years. BYD also has a major cost advantage being based in China. EVs remain more expensive than gasoline vehicles, so affordability is key to mass adoption. BYD can leverage its Chinese supply chains and manufacturing to make EVs at lower costs than rivals in Europe, Japan, or America. This allows them to sell at more attractive prices that appeal to the mass market, especially in developing countries. At the same time, BYD is not just cheap. They are also investing heavily in technology and innovation. They have major research centers working on improving battery tech, semiconductors, software, and more. In 2021, BYD increased its R&D spending by over 50% to $800 million. With these resources, BYD aims to make its EVs more advanced and compelling through leading features and performance. BYD's broad model lineup is another advantage as they move into global markets. They already offer affordable compact sedans, mid-size crossovers, delivery vans, buses, and more. By contrast, Tesla still has a limited model range focused on higher-end consumer vehicles. BYD's diverse models can meet the needs of both retail and commercial buyers. In recent years, BYD has also been making inroads beyond China into Europe, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and other regions. They have EV sales and partnerships across 50 different countries and are continuing to expand abroad. Their overseas deliveries jumped 160% in 2021, showing strong international momentum. And, as the Chinese internal market seems to be slowing recently, BYD might take the opportunity to leverage excess capacity to expand even more into exporting from China. As the rest of the world moves toward EVs, BYD is setting themselves up globally. Of course, despite its strengths, BYD still faces challenges on the path to becoming number one. Perhaps the biggest obstacle is overcoming perceptions about Chinese car brands. Automakers like Toyota, Volkswagen, and Mercedes-Benz have strong reputations built up over decades. BYD is still relatively unknown and seen as a fledgling company outside of China. It may take considerable time and effort for them to build trust in markets like North America and Europe. There are also questions about whether BYD can truly compete on technology with the likes of Tesla. The American company is known for repeatedly pushing the boundaries when it comes to EV performance, software, autonomous driving tech, and more. While BYD is innovative, some feel they remain a step behind Elon Musk's engineers. Finally, BYD has yet to prove it can manage quality control on par with top global automakers. As they rapidly scale production, there are concerns that manufacturing or component defects could tarnish their reputation. attention to detail, and rigorous quality processes will be vital. So in summary, while BYD's prospects are promising, they have hurdles to overcome. But given their blistering growth, cost advantages, and backing of the Chinese government, they have a reasonable shot at becoming the top auto company globally within the next few years. It will likely be a close race between BYD and Tesla for EV supremacy. But with over 1.4 billion consumers in China alone, BYD may have the numbers on their side to ultimately come out ahead. The auto industry is clearly entering a new era of electrification. Incumbent automakers like Toyota and Volkswagen are being forced to rapidly retool their factories and redesign their vehicle lineups for this all-electric future. With its head start, BYD has a chance to leapfrog many of these traditional OEMs. Much will come down to execution. Can BYD build out production capacity fast enough to meet demand? Will the quality and safety of their vehicles stand up to scrutiny? How quickly can they change perceptions of Chinese car brands? And will they stay on the cutting edge of EV tech? If BYD can excel in manufacturing, engineering, branding, and technology over the next decade, they could very well become the #1 global auto company. From humble beginnings building conventional cars back in 2003, BYD now finds itself in the middle of the 21st century auto revolution. The opportunity is there if BYD can fully capitalize, but it will take immense focus and flawless execution to beat out the rest of the industry. In some ways, BYD's rise mirrors the trajectory of Toyota in the 1960s and 70s. The Japanese automaker went from a regional Asian player to the world's largest auto company through relentless efficiency, quality, and innovation. BYD will need to follow a similar playbook to reach the pinnacle of the automotive world. But China today provides advantages that Japan lacked back then, principally the tremendous size and growth of its domestic market. This gives BYD an unparalleled base to build from. Plus, the all-out push by the Chinese government makes local players like BYD tough to beat. So while skeptics remain, the numbers and trends point toward BYD having a legitimate shot at being #1 within the next few years. Elon Musk and Tesla may have something to say about that. They won't concede easily. But BYD's potential cannot be ignored. The company name stands for Build Your Dreams, and BYD's dream of auto supremacy could very well transform into reality in the coming decade.